session as well. And it's a really great thing for us to do because we don't let the board of directors tell us what our positions are. We ask our members. And it is a powerful thing to go into the legislature and say, these businesses in your district, this is what they think. And they listen to that, they understand that. And healthcare reform was one of those things we balloted our members on. And when we balloted our members here in Texas, we had the biggest response ever to a question. The question was, do you want us to sue the federal government? And, okay, I know it's Sunday. And they said, hell yes. They were 96% of our members said, you betcha, you go do that right now. So, and we did that, and as Joe mentioned, we weren't too successful. I will say there's good news and bad news. I say good news, bad news, good news on healthcare reform. The good news is they said it wasn't constitutional under the Commerce Clause of the Constitution. It's easy to pass a law under the Commerce Clause. If you don't believe me, look at the New Deal from the Great Depression. A lot of that was done under the Commerce Clause. The bad news is, for the first time in our history, you can be taxed for an inactivity. Mm-hmm. So that's frightening in my book. And if you think about it this way, if Congress passed a law that said all the windows in your house have to be energy efficient, and until you make them or until you change them out and they are energy efficient windows, you got to pay a $50 tax, and we'll tax you until you do it. That's a tax on inactivity. So they can do that now. But the good news is that it's really hard to pass a tax. If it was easy to pass a tax, they would have called the Obamacare a tax when they put it in. So, but they didn't. So it was a penalty. It's a penalty. It's different than a tax, but we found out it's not. So that was, for us, our members were really engaged on that issue, talking to their legislators and visiting with their congressmen. The thing about NFIB, and this is what makes it great for me, is there is no legislative district that doesn't have a small business in it. We are everywhere. They have you can't ignore us, essentially. Think about this. I used to work for the American Cancer Society, and I also worked for the YMCA, and that's where I got my grassroots advocacy background from. And it's really kind of funny because I was a smoker before I went to the American Cancer Society.